Okay, who wants to tell me what I'm about to make? Any guesses? It's Ginisang Ampalaya. I love it. And it's also good for you. Very simple recipe. And once you get everything cut up, it's a piece of cake. It only takes seconds. Total time is like 30 minutes, if that. I've already got everything cut up, so we'll show you. I'll go in and do this real quick and show you how this is put together. And it's not for everyone. I'm going to let you know that right now. Because a lot of people are like, I've even gone into the Asian stores and they're like, bitter melon, ooh. So it's an acquired taste, but I like it. So here we go. I did not have any fresh tomatoes. I didn't have any fresh garlic. But I had fresh onions. And I had fresh bitter melon. Some people eat that stuff raw. Now that I can't do. It's just not for me. And if I would have had, I would have thought about it. I would have checked to see if I had fresh tomatoes, but I didn't. So I'm going to have to deal with this, but that's okay. It's just not going to be exactly the greatest. Or I mean, it'll be good. It's not great, which I can deal with. I've had to do this once before, once or twice. Okay. Put that away. Put that away. And bring this over here, since onions take a little bit longer to cook. We're going to go ahead and put a tablespoon or so of regular vegetable oil. Some people say oil, some people say oil. Let's get that heat up, and we're going to throw the onions in there. And you're going to cook them just till they're translucent. Just not a whole lot, because, well, you'll see what I'm talking about with as I go along on this. Now, one of the things that I have done in the past is, because I didn't have any tomatoes either, is I put Rotel in it, and it worked. It was good. I really wished I had one of those holes in the counter where I could just drop stuff down like they do on TV for the trash, but I don't, so I do with what I can. Now all you're going to need here is, and I got my minced garlic, and you're going to need some salt and some pepper. And I have fish sauce and some soy sauce. And you're going to see it's actually kind of a pretty looking dish when it's done. I'm going to see if I can't raise this up some. Maybe it's all the way up. There we go. That's a little bit better. Instead of y'all looking at the front of the counter and not seeing anything. So it's coming up to heat now. So for this dish, you're going to need some bitter melon, some onions, some garlic, some tomatoes, salt, pepper, and eggs. Now it calls for 2 eggs, but I've got 3 in this package, so I'm going to go ahead with 3. And it's kind of like an omelet, but you'll see how as it goes. How good it is. And it's best if you have a overhead vent. Now while this is going, while the onions are going, I like to add some salt to them. Believe it or not, it kind of brings out the sweetness in the onions. And we'll add pepper to it in a little bit. But you're going to see how super easy this dish is. Like I say, the hardest part, or the longest part, it's not hard, but it's cutting it up. And if you got a kid, teach them. Have them cut stuff up for you. Nothing wrong with that. And what we're going to do, since I don't have any fresh garlic, is, and you don't want to put garlic in right at the front, because if it cooks too long, it becomes bitter, and you've already got the bitter melon. Now, a lot of people will take the bitter melon and soak it overnight. I've heard of all kinds of ways they soak it, and they put it in, some people put it in buttermilk, and some people put it in salted water. Me, I like the bitter melon. Now we're getting, those onions are getting translucent almost, getting close. And this has a lot of good medicinal purposes too. It's supposed to be good for blood sugar and so forth. Now I also like a little bit of a bite with my onions, or a little bit of bite with it. You know, the onions will kind of pull away the bitter melon as you're eating it. So, but if they're chopped up too much, you won't even taste them. And if they're overcooked, you won't taste them, because they'll become, you know, just clear. You'll have nothing. So I like to do it just to where they're just a little bit translucent, because they're going to be cooking. You're going to be cooking them some more. And if you want to, you can add Spam to this, or other meats. And I'm going to throw in just 2 heaping spoons of this chopped up garlic, pre-chopped. We're almost on our way here. I've heard people actually taking, and I've never tried it, but bananas and putting in here. I have tried shrimp, I have tried spam, and I've tried other meats, which come out pretty good. Okay, now you can see this bitter melon. I'm going to snap this if I can. Well, maybe not. It's not going to snap, but it's really fresh. I'm going to dump this in there, just like that. Now, it definitely smells good in here. So now, while you're watching this, you don't mind watch it and give it a stir every once in a while. I'm just going to have to break up these eggs for a second. Who am I talking to? There's nobody here but me. Okay, one of those eggs is not good. We're not going to use that. But we will still use eggs. You got to have eggs in this. And I have a whole nother carton of eggs. Okay. So let's try this again. That's a good egg. That's a good egg. All right. One of those 3 eggs. Kind of like a 3-egg omelet. Let's do that. Just because I like it and protein is good for you. We're going to give this a little toss here. Now if you want to, you can add some liquid. Some people add a little water and such, and let's go ahead and put the tomatoes in there. Almost looks like a Christmas dish, doesn't it? Now tomatoes cook pretty quick. We're going to turn this down a little bit here. And I am scrambling that egg because it's very good. Now then, it doesn't have, the only salt you have in it right now is the salt that was in on the onions. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. Now you can add a little bit of soy sauce. And I don't do this all the time, but I just add a little bit. It just, in some way, it brings out that actual flavor. And then I add some fish sauce. Now this stinks, but it adds to the flavor. And I can add a little bit of sesame oil. Not much. I just put that on there to kind of glaze over everything, make it look shiny and so forth. I just used a little bitty bit. I've got this on medium right now, the temperature. And I can put the patisse up, which is fish sauce. And I can put the soy sauce up, because we're done with that. And as you can see, the onions are pretty much totally translucent now. And that's why I said leave them, don't do them completely translucent when you're cooking them. Now then we're going to add the egg. Now if you go to an Asian store, if you're looking for bitter melon, you can usually go to an Asian store and ask them if they have any. If they don't, can they order it? And a lot of times they can order it for you. I was just lucky enough to have, or we were here in Prescott Valley, to have Lex Asian Market open up, and it's run by Lisa Bailey. And I'll leave a link if you happen to be from Prescott Valley or Prescott, or people have come from Cottonwood and all over to her store. I'll leave a link down below. And guess what? We are done. Now, like I say, you can add little chunks of Spam or chicken, or say you had chicken last night and you don't know what to do with some of the leftover, chop it up, put it in there. Now it will cook the rest of the liquids off of there. And I'm going to guarantee you, it is good. So I hope y'all got something off of this. Let's see if I can. Look how pretty that is. And it's good for you. So if you learned something, awesome. Leave a thumbs up. If you got any other ideas, leave them down in the remarks. And don't forget to subscribe. Y'all have a great day.